Well, welcome back, everyone. My name is Gary. This is episode 11 of my Alvin and the Bradys series. So let's compare the characters' voices here. What I've noticed, in these characters, for the most part, is their pitch of their voice. So, it's kind of awkward that I noticed their pitches. Let's start out with the boy chipmunks. Theodore here. Especially, in the 80s series, he has the highest pitched voice. Then Alvin has a lower pitched. And Simon usually has the deepest pitched voice, so, And, it's kind of strange, but, Theodore in the 80s series is actually voiced by, Janice Carmen. They actually learn that, so yeah, Janice Carmen actually voiced Theodore, just like she did the Chipettes. So, so his voice is usually the highest pitched. But, and of course, the Chipettes here, they actually their voices were a little different. Now, Jeanette here, she's, the middle one, like Simon, and she actually usually had the highest pitched voice. Then Brittany, was in the middle, but her voice was pretty, high pitched. And Eleanor, usually had the deepest, kind of, ironic. She usually had the deepest voice. Like Simon, so, it was kind of, switched around and everything, But, I think sometimes Brittany and Jeanette, switched around too, with who was the highest pitched voice, but Eleanor's was always the deepest, like Simon's. And I noticed the Brady bunch, have voice pitches too. I noticed their voice ranges. Like now Jan, the middle one, she has the deepest, like Simon. She has the deepest. Cindy here, it's a little higher pitch than Jan's, but it's lower pitch than Marsha's. So but she has that lisp, and of course Marsha usually has the highest pitch voice. So that's the girls, and of course with the boys, I think in the first few seasons of the Brady Bunch, I think Greg had a deeper voice than Peter, but I think later Peter might have had a deeper voice than Greg. And of course, Bobby. Bobby's the youngest, so he has the highest, like Theodore. I noticed the pitches of the voices of the characters, which helps me, identify who the different characters are on both shows. So, you know. Of course, and I think maybe because Eleanor has the deepest voice, in the newer series, she's voiced by Vanessa Bagdasarian, and it doesn't even sound like it's spelled up, so, you know. But Brittany has kind of a lower pitched voice than she does, on the 80s cartoon. I mean, it's a real high and squeaky in the 80s cartoon. Almost sounds like, her voice even sounds, higher pitched than, Eleanor's on on the TV show, Marsha Brady. So yeah. Anyway, enjoying the, so yeah, I think like the character voice pitches, depend on the personality. Like, Eleanor was the most optimistic chipback here, and Brittany and Jeanette were, especially Brittany, she seemed to be like the big drama queen, and Marcia's seems to be the big drama queen, and Jan, even though she has the lowest pitch like Simon's, she's still, the drama queen. But, of course, Cindy's the most optimistic, and, same with Theodore here. He's like, he's the one that, usually cries the most on TV, and, so he has the highest pitched voice on, on all the cartoons, because he's voiced by a woman but, I kind of wish, now, I do sort of have kind of a theory here. Sometimes on the Alvin show, like, I'm not talking about the 80s series, they were all voiced by the same, male person, Ross Bagdasarian Sr. and, Theodore. Sometimes his voice would be, like, really deep. Like in the Christmas segment, I remember his voice was even deeper than Simon's. But I think, this is like very rare, his was usually pitched the highest, and, like, just like in some episodes, in some instances, his voice would go low, but usually, by default, it'd be high pitched, and that's why I think, they switched, the voice pitch scheme with the chip ads, giving Eleanor the deepest voice, and, Jeanette the highest, and Brittany right in the middle. That's sort of, my theory with that too. So anyway, that's about it for this video. Next time, I'm gonna, we're gonna get into like, the boys versus girls and the women's lib and all that, jazz. Which the Brady Bunch, started that whole trend and, led up to, the 80s Alvin and the Chipmunk series. So anyway, that's it for part 11. Remember, comment, subscribe. I hope you like my videos, because I take pride in these. Thanks, everyone. Bye.